Hey, what is up everyone, and welcome back to another video. Today we're taking a look at HBAR, which is currently up 1.5%. Now the entire market is seeing a move to the upside. We have Bitcoin now crossed over above $94,000, which is a huge move for the entirety of the market. And we're going to be taking a look at exactly why that is and exactly where all these coins could be going over the next few days and weeks. But before we do so, make sure you guys go check out the Discord down below. You can see on the screen right now just how many trades our members have been winning from simply joining up and starting to copy and paste the trades that we're sending out to them every single day. It's been absolutely insane. We've had over an 85% win rate, 6 months nearly now. So yeah, make sure you join up. First link in the description. Start copying our trades. Now back to the video. So let's start off with Bitcoin and move into HBAR. Now, if you remember a few videos ago, we talked about two scenarios on Bitcoin. The first was that we break through this resistance and are able to continue the momentum up, hopefully get some news to drive that momentum further to actually hit 113 and potentially the max, which would be around 138 in my opinion this bull run. The second scenario was that the market doesn't get better and we essentially just hit this resistance again and come back down to 73,000. Now that was the most likely case, as we still didn't get any deals with China and the US for the tariffs. We still didn't get rate cuts, and we still didn't get a peace deal with Russia and Ukraine. So those are the three main political factors sort of driving the market down. However, now it seems like the market is sort of pricing in potential rate cut in May, a potential tariff deal with China and the US, and potentially even a peace deal with Russia and Ukraine. So that's sort of why we're moving up. Again, the entire market was quite undervalued during this dip. Yes, tariffs were huge, but I don't think it's something that the US can't recover from, specifically to do with the S&P crash. But a lot of alts crashed as well significantly. Like ETH, for example, went to 1.5, under 1.5k. So if you remember, we were talking about how it's such a good DCA. From there, it's currently up 14%, which isn't too bad. And HBAR was another coin. So with HBAR, we're up relatively well right now. Our initial entry was at 22 cents. Second entry was at 18 cents. Third entry we had was at 11 to 12 cents, which was so close to being hit but didn't get hit just yet. So we're practically at break even right now because we entered with 50% more to be exact capital at 18 cents rather than 22, which drove our entry price a lot lower. So yeah, everything's looking quite good right now. There were a few outlier coins, and before we take a look at them, the plan for HBAR is still the same. We're still targeting the previous high at 40 cents. The all-time high, I think, this is already a 2.2x. The all-time high would give us a 3.2x. So we're going to take maybe 50-60% profits here, and the rest probably at the all-time high if that does hit. So yeah, it's looking very good right now, and alts are still very undervalued. They still have a lot of momentum to bring back up and to go a lot higher, specifically the older ones, Polkadot, Solana, and a few others. But coins that really did bring a lot of momentum were AI coins like Render and Fetch. So Fetch obviously does AI chatbots. It's down 1.5% today, which is quite unique, but unique in comparison to the market. But it's up 80% from the lows, so nearly 90% from the lows, which is insane to see. Render, another coin which is really good, I like a lot, similarly up 90% from the lows. So yeah, the market is moving up a lot. Coins like Sui as well, up under 80%. So yeah, AI coins really showing the market what's up, and I think that's even further sort of confirmation that AI is still going to be the narrative this run. Although AI is very volatile, specifically Nvidia, if we take a look, extremely volatile, but again, it's extremely valuable as well. It was the most valued company in the world a few weeks ago. Next earnings reported in 35 days, still has a market cap of 2.5 trillion, was way over 3 trillion. Again, it will claw back. It's Nvidia sort of has a monopoly right now in the market. There's no other GPU company that can do what Nvidia does with the infrastructure that Nvidia has, and infrastructure that Nvidia is investing to. They're planning to build, or already have plans to build, a $500 billion manufacturing plant in the US. It's more so to do with tariffs, but again, the US is helping them drastically. You're probably going to see lower tax rates for Nvidia, maybe other potential benefits as well for them doing that. So I think Nvidia is going to perform really well, which should then correlate into AI coins. Render, obviously being a GPU or rent company where you can rent GPUs online and in the form of render tokens. So yeah, although render is a sort of competitor to Nvidia, although not fully. You know, you can have a Nvidia GPU and you can rent that out using render. So yeah, I think it's very, very good. I think the technology is there, and I think it can perform really, really well this run. Similarly to Fetch and similarly to HBAR. HBAR is sort of more of our value play. It's not in the sort of hemisphere right now, but it has a lot of potential, you know, ETF filings, deals with other companies, like during the sort of, you know, terrible phase of the market here. We got news of a HBAR ETF being filed, pumped it up. We got news of a payments deal being made with HBAR, boom, pumped even more. This was like a 40-50% pump just from 2, you know, news events. So HBAR still has that potential. There's still going to be more news events for HBAR, and I think we're going to see it do very, very well. There was even a bid for HBAR to buy OnlyFans, which I'm not sure how well versed that was, but there was still that as well. So yeah, lots of potential still for HBAR. Other coins I'm going to be keeping an eye out for this week include Dog with Hat. This is pumping, which is great to see because we love to short this coin. And yeah, if you can find some resistance levels, some order blocks to short from, do so. I think a very, very good coin to short. Doge isn't moving too much yet, but again, next resistance is at 22 cents. Fetch, we've talked about. API 3 really just consolidating right now. I think a lot of liquidity got wiped out from it during this pump and dump. XRP has a lot of potential as well. Just wait until the market gets better and we get some news on XRP. You'll see it explode. Sui, amazing team, one of the best teams ever in crypto. Yeah, you're going to see it back at all-time high very, very soon as well. Render, Dot, we've talked about. AVAX, old coin, old but gold, you know. I definitely think it will hit its high again of 55, all-time high, which was in the hundreds. It will be difficult, but we will see. You know, we're easily targeting the highs here, I think, at least for AVAX. Solana, hopefully it can hit above the 200s again very soon. We're going to have to take a look though, and obviously ETH still very, very undervalued from these levels. Now, if you did enjoy the video, please do make sure to like and subscribe. And if you need a place to buy, sell, or trade cryptocurrency for the lowest fees with the best sign-up bonuses, then check out all the exchanges we're working with down below. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you all tomorrow. Goodbye, guys.